Hey everyone, welcome to another video. I'm in beautiful Chicago. I'm visiting my sister, my aunt and my brother are here and they're just visiting Chicago as well, just like my parents did pretty soon. And I just wanted to make a comprehensive video on things to do before coming to the US. I've made a couple of videos like this before and I'm gonna leave that link in the description. But I just thought that there's so much information which you need to know that I cannot compile that in one video itself. So this is me making like a 7 to 8 part series. I don't even know how much I can cover, and 7 to 8 part series of bit-sized video where I'll be telling you, for example, which SIM card to buy, what things to buy in Walmart. I already made a packing video. It's just too excruciating and exhaustive list there, so you can just check it out. I'm going to leave that link in the description as well. And in this video I'm talking about traveling tips. Here are like 15 tips. Number 1, do not share cabs with anyone unknown. You will see it in New York airport, in Paris's airport, in Chicago airport as well, that if somebody's asking you to share a cab with them, that's not probably a good way. Until and unless it's a student, then obviously you can share a cab if you know that person, yes. Number 2, do not carry anybody else's stuff. By anybody else's stuff I mean is like if somebody's giving you some stuff at the check-in counter that, hey, I have an extra kilo, can you keep the stuff and I can take it later. Do not carry that. You don't know what that stuff is. You can't just trust anyone. People might seem very nice, but I wouldn't personally do that. Number 3, make sure you have copies of original documents. Save it in Google Drive. I keep my passport and my visa copy in every suitcase or luggage piece I have, in my backpack, in my 2 suitcases, in my carry-on, everywhere. It's just a way of identification if your luggage gets lost, and also if your passport gets lost, you have more copies just to show anyone you need to. Number 4, try minimizing the amount of luggage you're taking. The reason why I'm telling you this is because when we are coming to the US, we get this like 69 kilos of luggage which you can take, or you can take like 46 kgs, and everybody just hoards up a lot of stuff which they wouldn't even use within that year or within 2 years of your education here. And that's just a big problem because you'll have to keep that in the cab, you'll have to load that up to your dorm room. So I'm just telling you that there's a lot of things which you can buy here which are very much affordable, and you don't need to carry like 69 kgs of luggage just because the airline wants you to take it. I'll tell you one reason why we Indians find or why we students find everything very expensive here. The reason why is because we have never shopped our own groceries, or we have never bought our own like set of comforter or set of pillows. And because of the exact same reason, whenever we go to a Walmart, we just feel like, oh my god, $3 for hangers, that's too much. But if you're gonna ask your mom, if you're gonna ask your dad, that is how much they might be paying in India. So just think about it that way. Number 5, keep food, extra pair of clothing and a jacket with you in the carry-on. Recently what happened when I was coming from India to Chicago, they delayed my luggage, so I got my luggage a day after. Coincidentally, I was not carrying any kind of clothes this time. For the first time I was not carrying any extra pair of clothes in my carry-on because I had just too much gear which I was carrying in there. Because of that reason, I had to go to Costco, buy an extra pair of clothes and buy underwear. They reimbursed me with $50, so that balanced off. But just saying, why waste that $50 on clothes which you don't need? Number 6, try making yourself as comfortable as possible. It's a 19 hours journey, okay, and you might be traveling from somewhere to somewhere. For example, I traveled from Jaipur to Delhi, and then from Delhi to Chicago, and then from Chicago to Indiana. That's like 24 hours to 36 hours of journey. So try making yourself as comfortable as you can. Wear pajamas if you need to. That's not a problem. I'm telling you, I've seen a lot of people wearing shorts and pajamas and hoodies and whatnot. Number 7, do not hesitate to ask questions. If you're confused about anything, just ask questions to the customer assistance team or to anyone near you. Do not hesitate. Do not think like, what is this person gonna think about me? Number 8, make sure you have your meds on you. If you're traveling, there might be cases, for example, while I was traveling for the first 4 years, I always used to carry a discipline. Luckily, I don't need a discipline anymore. I just try to balance it off with a sleep and waking up cycle. But if you need any kind of medicines, always have them on you. I have this big box and a small pouch of medicines. So the big box replicates the small pouch. Even if you have like two medicines of those big box, that's enough. Number 9, do not rely on one source of money. For example, if you're carrying just your ATM card, or if you're just carrying cash, always have like 2 to 3 sources of cash. For example, what if your card doesn't work? What if your bag is delayed and all the cash you have is in that bag? So always, like, I carry my Indian debit card, I have a forex card, and I have cash. Now these 3 sources of money, that is like backup. So I think if you can carry something like that, that will be really good. Number 10, keep important information written down in a diary. I have this small diary which I bought in Sweden. I absolutely love it, and I write down all the numbers, all the addresses, and all the information which is related to my passport in that. For example, what if my phone battery powers down and I need to find an address, or I need to call a number from a, I don't know, or from somebody else's phone. I need that number. So I have my brothers and sisters, my brother-in-law's sister's number here, their address, my university address, my accommodation address, and all of that. Number 11, keep yourself hydrated. Do not worry about, that you're gonna bug the person to your right while you to your right or to your left while you want to use the washroom because you're drinking a lot of water. But keep yourself hydrated, because it's such a long flight and you're just sitting down. We underestimate the power of hydration. The more water you'll drink, the lesser headaches you'll have. This is the reason why a lot of people have headaches and have sloppiness after the flight, because they do not keep themselves hydrated enough. Number 12, set time as you're already in the US. So what I do, if usually the international flights from India are late nights, it's like 4 a.m, sometimes 3 a.m, 4:15. So I do not sleep immediately, because I know at that time the US people are awake, and I sleep like 5 to 6 hours after that flight. Or if it's a connecting flight from the Middle East to the US, I sleep after the Middle East flight. I might take like an hour of nap, but I try not to sleep, just because I want to sleep when everybody is sleeping in the United States. Number 13, get your docs ready at the port of entry. So what I mean by port of entry is the immigration authorities at the United States airport, at any airport which you're getting in. So get your passport and get your I-20 ready. That's the only 2 documents which you need. If they're gonna ask you for any additional documents, they would let you know. But whenever I am at the port of entry, I just hand them my passport and my I-20, and that's all they need. Number 14, layovers can be boring. Keep yourself entertained. Take a book, maybe if you have an iPad, or download some movies on your phone. Always have some kind of entertainment sources, because sometimes layovers can be really long. I had a layover in I think Moscow for 9 hours, and that's a long layover. If you have such kind of long layover, maybe you can book airport hotels which are inside the airport. And number 15, the last tip. It's not actually a tip, just enjoy your journey, because the first time you're flying to any foreign country, or first time you're flying to the US, this is never gonna come back. And you're always anxious and you're always dreamy that now my life will be better. So just enjoy the journey. You might find a lot of students, you might find a very nice person sitting beside you, and talk to them. Just enjoy the whole thing. And that is it. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this one. The next video, I'm not sure what it is about, but it will be surely helpful for you to transition to the United States. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and until then, I'll see you in the next one.